Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Olubumi Ajiboye Agbuola. As the Lenten season begins today, the observance of Ash Wednesdays, Christians have been admonished to fix their eyes on the cross of Christ, who is the beacon of hope, as through him victory is assured. Clerics who spoke with OSBC News gave the admonition while speaking on the significance of Ash Wednesday. They said Lent is often considered to be the most significant period in the Christian liturgical calendar, which often commences with the observance of Ash Wednesday, where Christians attend church services to receive ashes on their foreheads in the shape of a cross. The clerics further said the 40-day duration of Lent reflects the 40 days Jesus Christ spent fasting in the wilderness, marked by reflection, sacrifice, and spiritual preparation and dedication to penance, fasting, prayer, and almsgiving. Meanwhile, the 40-day Lenten season will dovetail into Good Friday to mark the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and climax with the Easter celebration to commemorate the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead on Easter Sunday. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubumi Tunjojo, has vowed to eradicate corruption in correctional centers and ensure that the centers across the country focus on rehabilitation rather than punishment. The minister made the vow during the second public hearing on alleged corruption and other violations against the Nigeria Correctional Service in Abuja. He said the move was part of government's efforts to transform the correctional service into a model for rehabilitation and reintegration, emphasizing the government's commitments to changing the narrative of the correctional service, which have been marred by allegations of corruption, abuse, and neglect. According to him, the responsibility of a correctional officer is to be an agent of rehabilitation, restoration, reformation, and correction, and not that of condemnation, which may result to failure in the system. Dr. Tunjojo pointed out that the present administration, under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu, is committed to providing adequate resources and funding for the correctional service, assuring that correctional officers will be trained and equipped to handle the complex needs of inmates. He stressed the need for a holistic approach to rehabilitation, saying this includes providing inmates with access to education, vocational training, and mental health services. The Rivers State government has said it has yet to receive any document on the Martin Amawele-led House of Assembly resolution following last Friday's Supreme Court judgment. Recall that Speaker Martin Amawele, in a letter addressed to the Rivers State Governor Similaye Fubara, requested the latter to present the 2025 appropriation bill to the House within 48 hours in line with the 1999 Constitution. However, the Secretary to the Rivers State Government, Dr. Tami Danagogo, in a statement maintained that the governor has yet to receive the letter, saying the state government heard of the purported on social media. Dr. Danagogo also stated that the state government had yet to receive a copy of the Supreme Court judgment to enable it to respond appropriately. The SSG assured the people of the state of the governor's commitment to abiding by the rule of law, as he had noted earlier in a statewide broadcast, as he urged Nigerians to obey and implement their decisions in accordance with the rule of law and the best interest of the state government. The Federal High Court in Kaduna has ordered the temporary forfeiture of 1.3 billion naira, which was allegedly diverted into private accounts of Indo-Kaduna Marts JV Nigeria Limited. The executive order, which was given by Justice G.M. Kabara late last month, was sequel to the application that was filed earlier, while the federal government of Nigeria is the applicant and Indo-Kaduna Marts JV Limited is the defendant in the suit, which was brought pursuant to the Advance Fee Fraud and Other Related Offences Act 2006. According to court documents, the forfeited amount was recovered into the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission recovery account domiciled with the Central Bank of Nigeria in the course of an ongoing investigation activity against officials of Kaduna State government between 2015 and 2023. The courts directed the applicants to publish a notice in any two national newspapers calling for persons, whether human, juristic, or artificial, having interest in the property to show cause in court why the aforesaid movable property should not be permanently forfeited to the federal government. The defendant was also charged for the proceeds of crime on Recovery and Management Act 2022 and Section 6, subsection 6 and 9A of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, and the case has been adjourned to next month. A university don, Dr. Adedayo Adebowale, has attributed the current challenges facing Nigeria to the failure of the past generation to plan for the future. Dr. Adebowale stated this while delivering a keynote address as a guest speaker at this year's edition that's World Engineering Day, organized by the Nigeria Society of Engineers Osogbo branch, Osun State. He stressed the need for engineers to focus on reforming and shaping a sustainable future by using resources efficiently in order to reduce waste. The speaker also tasked the professionals on creating solutions that are built to last, as well as choosing organic materials over fake. In a goodwill message, Technical Secretary of NSC Osogbo branch, Mrs. Oluwaseun Deborah, stressed the need for people to seek professionals' support rather than fake. Speaking on the occasion, Chairman of NSC Osogbo branch, Engineer Adekunle Folarin, noted that the giant stride of the professionals has listed Osun State as one of the states that are benefiting from development by professionals. In sports, Nigeria's under-17 girls Flamingos will today fly out of the country to South Africa for the first of their two-leg FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifying fixture against the Under-17 girls of South Africa known as Bantawana. The match, for which the Confederation of African Football has selected Kenya officials to superintend, will kick off at 3 p.m. South African time and 2 p.m. Nigerian time on Saturday at the Lucas Moripe Stadium in Pretoria, South Africa's administrative capital. Head coach Bankole Olowokere has selected 19 players, with goalkeeper Christiana Uzoma, defenders Anna Ibrahim and Jumai Adebayo, midfielders Shakira Moshood and Muinat Rotimi, and forwards Harmony Chidi and Chisom Nwachukwu included. While 2022 FIFA World Cup bronze medalist Nigeria drew by to the second round, Botswana crushed their counterparts from Gabon 21-2 on aggregate. Both teams will battle things out in return leg at the Remo Star Stadium in Remo on the 15th of this month, with the winner on aggregates progressing to the third round of the qualification campaign. This year's FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup will be hosted by Morocco on the 17th of October to 8th of November, with Africa to present 5 teams, including host nation Morocco, at the finals, which has been expanded to a 24-nation championships. While on the foreign scene, the Human Rights Watch says the failure of Zambia's government to intervene against blatant violations of environmental laws is worsening the exposure of a high number of children to severe health risk. The HWR said Zambia is allowing South Africa, Chinese and domestic mining companies to continue to operate in the lead-contaminated town of Kabwe, where residents are already reeling from decades of toxic lead exposure, mostly lead poisoning, at a shuttered mining site in the country's central region. According to the agency, Kabwe, north of capital Lusaka, is one of the world's most polluted places after decades of lead and zinc mining, as companies are profiting from mining, removing and processing lead waste at the expense of children's health. HRW's Children Rights Director, Julian Kipang, said more than 95% of children in the area had elevated blood lead levels. Kipang explained that nearly 200,000 people, many of them women and children, have been exposed to the contamination, urging the government to revoke the permits of mining companies and clean up the pollution hazard. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Do join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.
Má sọ pé irọ́ ni o.
Má sọ pé irọ́ ni.
Ẹnu ọgbọ̀n ọjọ́ péré.
Ẹnu ọgbọ̀n ọjọ́ péré.
Ẹnu ọgbọ̀n ọjọ́ péré.
Ẹnu ọgbọ̀n ọjọ́ péré.
Àbí mọ́kàndínlọ́gbọ̀n ni.
Àbí mọ́kàndínlọ́gbọ̀n ni.